actually could skip this part. Oh, I can skip that by hitting a different button, I think. Wow, it's like a sea of green out there. Hey, Eustace, why is the wheat all green? Wheat, barley, and rye are all cultivated in the Kreuzen province. Kreuzen province. Each is grown in its season, which means that what you're seeing right now is the fall wheat crop. Oh look, there's the weird scarecrow. Looks like it. Look at its head. It looks all messy with like lickers. Well, as long as she's enjoying herself. At times like these, she seems just like any girl her age. It's hard to believe she's only 13. That's a year younger than my brother. It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? Not really. I suppose this is a good time for anyone as any to tell you more about where we'll be conducting our next field study. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Legram is a small town in the southeast of the Empire, situated... Windows sound! Situated on the shore of Lake Ebel. My father, Viscount Arsiege, governs the town, which itself is part of the Kreuzen province. That sounds familiar. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the province Eustace's father oversees? Well, technically yes, but Legram is known for being a particularly self-reliant region. But I doubt the Viscount has much interest in the authority of his liege lord. I suppose I cannot deny it. My father can be a little too free-spirited at times. But I can't help but feel your father's governance has its own issues, especially where taxation is concerned. It's not as though I'm unaware of that. Sir, I seem to have touched on a sensitive issue here. Just a little bit, maybe. No, there's nothing for you to apologize for. Exchanges like these are daily bread of the nobility. Sure that the four great houses do have immense power, but it's still up to the individual feudal lords to govern their respective regions. As far as the taxation goes, each region has its own statutes, which makes the whole situation even more complicated. It is quite convoluted. Although the imperial government does seem to be attempting to unify all regions under a single tax system. That's one of the major points of dispute between the two factions. Incidentally, my father's stance on the matter is, hell will freeze over before I consent to it. I do understand the reformist point of view, but each region of the empire has its own traditions and customs. Attempting to normalize all of those under a single system seems a little insensitive. The more you tell me, the more complicated it sounds. Well, it's certainly not an issue with a nice, clear-cut solution. This is boring. Actually, where's the cat? Because I saw the cat get on. Actually, I just realized Million's legs don't even touch the floor all the way. Don't you have any more cool stories about Legram? I suppose a couple students batting around ideas about taxation isn't going to really solve anything. But I guess to me, one of the things Legram is most famous for is the Arseed School. Oh, isn't that the thing Laura's dad teaches? That's the one that's the school of swordsmanship, the style passed down by the ancient Knights of Erebonia. It's one of the two most famous martial styles in the Empire, the other being the Wander School. I've heard there's a training hall where students of the Arseed School come from all over the Empire to train. Indeed there is. Several students of the school are studying in Legram at the moment. The rest are scattered throughout the Empire. The Lord's father instructs them all? He does. Viscount Arseed is not only the Lord of Legram, he's also the current head of the Arseed School. Oh. Doesn't he have some super cool title like Radiant Blade Master or something? He sounds crazy strong. This may sound unseemly coming from his daughter, but his strength is, quite frankly, inhuman. What does he place him among the 3 strongest people in the Empire? He sounds like an incredible guy. I've heard plenty of rumors about his strength myself. Wait, 3 strongest. I think Sarah was also one of the strongest. From what I understand, he acts as the combat instructor for this nation's armies, both provincial and imperial. Though as a result, I hear he spends a significant amount of time away from his territory. That is unfortunately the case. He may be visiting my home, but there's no guarantee that my father will be there. I see. That's a shame. I really like to meet him. Alright, I'm gonna talk, and I'll be right back. Looks like all the trees going past the window. This is so cool. I want to ride more trains like this. It's really fun. Really? Now? Kind of surprised. You soon being in the intelligence division meant you'd be taking trains all the time. Well, I usually just ride on Lammy when I'm out on a mission. The super fast train Claire and the others in the R&B use doesn't have any windows. The Graham's special train is too fancy, so you can't really relax. Interesting. It's not often that you get to ride a regular train like this, then, is it? But if you get too excited to hear, you're not going to have much excitement left for when we reach our destination. Especially considering how early you got up this morning. But I was so excited I couldn't barely sleep. I'll be fine. I've still got plenty of energy. Yawn. That's 13-year-old for you. What was I saying? See? Told you. Well, we'll be gray-haired soon, so try and get some sleep on the next train, okay? Okay. Times like this, she really is just like any other 13-year-old girl. Oh. Alright, we'll go to Gaius next. The issue of regional cultural heritage is quite a profound one. So profound as to its... Oh, yawn after yawn, man. Man, so many yawns. So profound as to have its own tax implications. Well, the desire to preserve the region's traditions and heritage is pretty important to most places throughout the Empire. Like the old animist traditions in Legrum, I hear a lot of those are still around. Indeed. No doubt you will see many of them firsthand during our stay. Countless anecdotes regarding the Lance Maiden remain as well. Sounds like Legrum has a lot in common with my home in Nord. Our cultures and traditions may differ, but we worship the same goddess and spirits. I think that's a fact many Erebonians are starting to forget. If you ask me, those traditions are worth protecting, even if it means a little extra money going to taxes. Yes, I feel the same. It seems there will be much to learn during this month's field study. Alright. Oh, useless. We still have some time before we reach Breahard, but we'll be changing trains as soon as we arrive, so make sure you're ready. I will be, though it's a shame we won't have time to stick around for a while. Would have liked to see Rufus again if we had the chance. I'm sure he's much too busy for that anyway, and it hardly seems appropriate to return home now, after I chose not to during the summer. That's a good point. There's something on your mind? I'm just wondering what my family and the other nobles are doing at the moment. This past month, they've been a little overly quiet. Now that you mention it, I haven't heard of any major conflicts between the two factions lately at all. Maybe they're just showing some restraint for a while. After all the craziness that happened at the festival last month. Neither faction is considerate enough to avoid conflict over something so trite. Suppose I should try to focus on our field study, not concern myself with matters beyond my control. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Alright, that must be the name of the cat. Actually, wait, I already knew. Surely it's just a coincidence. It has to be. Oh wait, no, Lavender. Never mind. Derp. She's talking about when she smelled him last night. What's wrong, Emma? Are you getting motion sickness or something? No, I'm fine. I was just wondering if we might be able to see Lohengrin. Oh wait, I thought in Lohengrin Castle while we're in Legrum. Oh, the castle that came up in Instructor Thomas' lesson the other night. Weather permitting, it can be seen quite clearly. It's surrounded by mist more often than not, but such a matte imagery has its own appeal as well. Oh wow, that actually sounds pretty neat. Yeah, it does. I was just thinking, it would be nice if we could apply some of the knowledge we learned in class to our field study, don't you think? Yeah, that would be. Well, that was pretty short. And then Laura. Oh yes, when we reach Legram, I'd like to ask a favor of you all. A favor? I was hoping it would be possible for you to show your respective styles to the RC school students. This group as practitioners of the 8 Leaves, One Blades, One Blade School, court, fencing, and spearmanship alike. I have no doubt each would be of interest to students of the martial arts. Perhaps so. The chance to learn more about other schools might broaden our own horizons too. Are you sure my spearmanship would be of interest to them, though? Both Rean and Eustace are at least use swords. Certainly, Darcy's school teaches more than just swordplay. While some use two-handed swords like myself, others use spears and even bows. Perhaps even Emma's orbital staff may be of interest. You think? Hey, what about me? Lammy's really strong too. Lammy. True, but it's just raw strength. There's no skill or technique involved. I concur. Watching Erebonia wouldn't afford the students any chance to learn new techniques of their own. Blah blah blah. It's no fair leaving people out. Anyway, I don't think that would be a nice gesture. Let's assume we get the chance before our field study's over. Of course. I look forward to it if we do. Oh, but that's it. I'll look at that real quick. She keeps dozing off and waking back up. That's hilarious. Oh, you can't skip that. Perfect. 10:20. Is this Brayhard? Thank you, Patrick, for the picture. This is bound for Brayhard. Next up is Brayhard. Okay, okay. I don't care. Finally. We have to change trains here, right? That's right. A train bound for Legram should be arriving in about 10 minutes. We'll need to hurry if we want to board it in time. That's too bad. I was kind of hoping a chance to poke around at Brayhard. Oh yeah, it's your first time, Brayhard, isn't it? I'd be glad to show you around should the opportunities arise. You did graciously open your home to us in Nord after all. Train. We're actually going to physically have to change trains. That's kind of annoying. Oh, never mind. Wow, Willie just got off and got on the next train and now we're gone. It was wrong. It was just a little bit of animation. Alright, skip that. 11:30. This isn't too bad. It was only an hour and 10 minutes. Oh. Oh, this forest is really dense. It almost looks like a scene from a picture book, as though you kept very quiet. You kept very quiet fairies. What? As though if you kept very quiet, fairies might come up to play. Oh, I get it. Never mind. It might not come as a surprise that there are many such legends in this region. Lion's Maiden, Leanne Sandlot, was born in Legram, but because of her preternatural strength and beauty, some believed her a changeling switched at birth by the fairies. Really? Fascinating. The reality is a bit less rosy. The family line of Count Sandlot came to an end when she died under mysterious circumstances. After the War of the Lions, it's hardly surprising that such tales have persisted. A changeling, huh? Oh. Or oh. Oh? I have no idea. Look at that fog. It came so suddenly. Well, Legram is well known for its fog, among other things. This is not at all common for this time of year. The fog does help keep the temperature cooler during the summer, though. In that case, bring on the fog. No, Lamb, you can't smash that. Lammy. Your boy Lammy. If Lammy's actually a dude. I have no idea if Lammy's a male or female. I hope Lammy's a male. Pretty. And head-on train collision. Well, that's the end of the game. Or at least our field study. Whoa. Ooh, that is pretty. More like a little island here. There's the castle. Legrum. Very stunning. This is the first time I've visited Legrum, but it's every bit as beautiful as I'd been led to believe. So this is the town of mist and ancient legends. I'm pleased you seem to have taken a liking to it. Unfortunately, the mist does hinder the visibility. On a clear day, the surface of the lake gleams like a polished mirror. Fog or no, it's breathtaking all the same. Welcome home, my lady. What? Oh, we got her. Oh, it's a dude. How long have you been there? Interesting, I couldn't sense him coming at all. I have returned, class. I see that your proficiency in the art of concealment has not diminished in my time away from home. Oh, the contrary. My age has begun to get the better of me, I'm afraid. Watching you grow and mature is the only joy left in an old man like me. Surely you jest. Can I assume that father not coming to meet us means he's currently away from Legrum? I'm afraid so. He also mentioned that he was unsure when he might return. I did expect that might be the case. Nonetheless, allow me to introduce you, everyone. This is Klaus, the Arseed family steward. He fills in for my father in his absence and serves as acting master for the Arseed School of Swordsmanship. The acting master? Huh, sounds like an amazing old guy. Butler Klaus. I trust you all have a pleasant trip, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. Let me be the first to welcome you to Legrum. If you'll come with me, I'll escort you to the mansion. Ooh, so we're staying in her house. Nice. I remember Klaus from the very beginning. Still, it doesn't look like the years have really changed too much here. It's like walking into a bygone era. You can really see the influence of animism in the region too. Just look at this statue, this stone monument, or statue. I believe that was built long before the Arseed family was entrusted with the governance of this region, which would make it several hundred years old at the very least. It has a rather strange shape too. Ooh, what's that? Oh, true, that looks awesome. Oh, that's the Lance Maiden. It appears to be the statue of the Lance Maiden. That's right, the center statue is the Lance Maiden herself, while those beside her are two of the Eisenritter. I believe these were made over 200 years ago. Indeed, tradition holds that they were constructed to honor the achievements of Saint Sandlot. Incidentally, the knight kneeling on the lower right is the ancestor of the Viscount. Huh, so that's Laura's great-great-great-grandfather, huh? You'll need a few more greats. We're about 10 generations apart. Lady Laura? Lady Laura, I'm so pleased to see you back in Legrum. Oh, Sven. Sven! The Viscount didn't mention that you'd be returning. I'm so happy to see you again, Lady Laura. So glad to see you all well. Or all are well, something like that. I'm just back for 2 or 3 days on a field study as part of my coursework at the Academy. I'll be sure to visit more with each of you later. Oh, of course, please do. I'd love to hear all about how life at the Academy's been treating you. Seems to be quite popular around here. Yeah, it looks like the Viscount's family has built up a good relationship with the people of Legrum. Yeah, unlike Eustace's family. Ooh, a Bracer Guild? Ooh. Looks like they finally showed up. Actually, we saw him before. Well, it's been pretty busy around here lately. I could use the help. Oh, yeah, we saw him in Brayhard. The cat. Huh? Oh, I guess I'll go look over there. Go look over their task just one more time, just to be sure. Maybe the cat will play a major role, because we still haven't really found much about... Maybe this is when we'll find more about Emma, because we're in chapter 5. I think and we still haven't really learned anything. But she definitely can use some special techniques. Training hall. I can hear the ring of steel on steel. Undoubtedly the sound of swords crossing. Oh, so this must be the RC School's training hall. Indeed it is. I have more memories in this building than I can possibly count, although many of them involve being soundly defeated by my father, or Class.
My apologies, my lady.
What's a Class, actually? Well, it's pretty apparent he's not your run-of-the-mill butler. You can tell by the way he carries himself. He has a master's poise. Jeez, fancy.
And this is the Viscount Arseid's mansion.
Wow, so this is where Laura lives. You'd expect nothing less from a Viscount. And it seems to be built on a hill overlooking the town too. It was originally built with the intent that it could function as a stronghold should the need ever arise. Welcome to the home of Viscount Arseid. Allow me to show you around in my father's stead. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure she's an only child. Fancy chandelier. Speed. Arseid family manor. Dead. Ooh, the guy's room. The girl's room. Oh, so pretty. Whoa, what an incredible view. It's so beautiful. It's not often I take in a view this spectacular. Say, is that? Whoa, a castle. Yeah, that's the castle. Ah, that must be Legram's famous landmark. Indeed, that's Lohengrin Castle. During the War of the Lions, it served as the Lance Maiden's stronghold. A saint's castle, towering on the shore of a shimmering lake. Just seeing it there in all its majesty makes me want to set brush to canvas. It does seem like a scene tailoring made for painting. I agree, but there'll be plenty of time to take in the scenery later. Right now, we need to go pick up our list of the field study tasks. Oh, right. Are you the one who prepared the task for us, Class? Actually, the assigning of your duties here has been trusted to a professional.
The Bracer Guild.
Professional at what? Can you elaborate?
And to the Bracer Guild in the town central plaza, at the Master's behest, they have taken on the responsibility of preparing all the tasks for your field study here.
The Bracer Guild? There's a branch here in Legram? Indeed. How did I know she was going to start with that? Indeed, there's been a small branch of the guild in this town for many years. My family has a good relationship with the guild. They've done much for us in the town over the years. Oh, really? Well, whatever. Not like they asked me to do anything. What are you babbling on about? Nothing much, just thinking out loud. Anyway, it looks like we need to pay a visit to the guild. Yeah, I'd like to get through as many today's tasks as we can. We'll be taking our leave now, Class.
Of course, please take care, everyone.
Class the Beast. Wait. Is that one room then another room, right? Yeah. Oh, they look identical, it's like... Who's this? Piranha? Class, you teleport, I swear, man. Very pretty town, though. I definitely like it. But that cat. I'm gonna go off the direction where that cat went.
A cross inside a circle. Any idea what it means?
No one really knows for sure. There are a number of theories, though.
Unfortunately, the meanings of most animist symbols have been lost over time.
Of course. Actually, I want to look at the map. Okay, yeah. He was looking out here.
This building is the Legram branch of the Bracer Guild.
The cat went down this way. Where did the kitty go? So this is Eisenritter's statue. It's pretty impressive up close. So cool! St. Sandlot and the Eisenritter are the pride of Legram, and have been ever since the War of the Lions. When I took a look at this statue, I'm always reminded of my personal goal. It's been my lifelong aspiration to be as skilled a warrior as my ancestor and St. Sandlot were. Wow. I could see the ambition gleaming in her eyes. It's not surprising everyone has their heroes after all. Oh, do I know? Where's this cat?
You've got a wharf here?
We do. A ferry makes trips between here and the opposite shore.
If you cross the lake, you'd be in the Sutherland province, right? This looks like a nice spot.
Not fishing. Trying to find this cat. Okay, the cat. That's where the direction the cat went, though. Sneaky cat. Alright, anyway. We'll go in. Oh, the guild emblem. You must not have noticed it earlier with all the mist. Strange. The branches in the capital were closed due to political pressure, but this one still seems to be active. The Legon branch continues to operate as it always has. That's why I was rather surprised to find out that the capital's branches were no longer active. Come to think of it, we met a bracer back when we were in Brayhard for our field study. Yep, it's the same dude. But I saw no signs of a guild branch there either. It was closed a year ago, though as I understand the pressure to close came from the Duke's household, not the Imperial government. Actually, no, I don't think Emma was with us when we were there. Never mind. That's so. Well, braces are an eyesore to most of those well-to-do types. They don't bow to authority. You can't bribe them with Mira. They're all about protecting civilians. Give them any excuse to lean on the bracers. To get them out of the picture, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Milliam, that's kind of... yeah. Don't mince your words, do you? Choice words coming from an intelligence division operative. Do you think you're not complicit in this? Well, it's less us and more Gramps. He went barging into the branches in the capital himself and started telling them what they could and couldn't do. Wow. That explains the instructor's frosty temperament toward him. Man, you guys sure know how to poke a guy where it hurts, don't you? Oh. Oh no, never, Emma was there. Oh, that's a familiar face. I'm pleased to see you again, Toval. Oh, you know each other? Nah, we just ran into each other once a couple months ago. Long time no see, Laura. Sounds like Sarah's keeping your nose to the grindstone, huh? Wait, so you must be a former associate of our instructor, I take it? Pretty much. Bracer Toval. I'm Toval Rendoner, a bracer with the guild here in the Empire. Good to meet you, ladies and gents of Class VII. Kind of reminds me of Crow. Maybe a little different. Wait a minute. So it wasn't a coincidence that we ran into in Brayhard. Bingo, Sarah told me you were going to be there. She wanted me to keep an eye out for you and step in if you ever got in a real tight spot. But she insisted I play it casual, not give myself away. And that part was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. I had no idea. Thank you so much for all your assistance back then. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to bust Machias out without your help. You may not have directly assisted me, but I suppose you have my thanks nonetheless. Haha, you're welcome. Sarah's repaid that debt in full, though, so don't worry about it. Interesting, I had no idea that you'd already met some of the members of our class. Incidentally, Toval, the guild standing here in Erebonia certainly seems to have shifted over the past 2 years. No doubt, basically every branch here in the Empire was shut down after the government started putting pressure on us. Some of us on work in a different field, like Sarah. Others transferred to branches outside the country. But we all agreed to get back together if we can ever resume operations in Erebonia again. Till then, we're just trying to keep a low profile, scraping out a living for ourselves. Sounds like a difficult life. So, with the guild having to decrease its presence, isn't there more than enough work for the remaining branches? I wish. The RMP deals with a lot of the stuff we would have handled before. Your little lady's friend in particular keeps herself pretty busy. Oh, you mean Claire? Yep, she sure is a hard worker. Although with all the time she spends on work, it's no wonder she doesn't have a boyfriend. Milliam? I'm not sure you should go around sharing the details of people's private lives without their consent. Well, I find enough work to keep the lights on here anyway. And this branch was has the Viscount's approval, so we can display our sign without getting in trouble. So that's how it is. Well, it's nice to hear that the Viscount seems pretty supportive of the guild. He seems to find much of himself in the Bracer's way of life. Self-reliance, pride, a focus on helping others. He's long said that he was If he were free of other responsibilities, he would join the guild and work as a bracer himself. Oh my, that seems very... I hardly think a man who owns the territory of the Empire could just up and join the bracers. The Radiant Blaze Master himself as a bracer. In terms of strength and standing, he's probably on par with Cassius Bright. I bet he'd make S rank right on the spot. You know Cassius Bright? I believe he's currently a brigadier general in the Liberalian army, as well as bearer of the title Divine Blade. Huh. Guess I should expect no less from a member of the intelligence division. Anyway, that's how the Viscount ended up asking me to sort out some tasks for your field study. Let me give you those to you. Alright, well, we got it. Oh, 3, that's not too bad. Okay, many hands make light work. Need someone to replace a lot of orbit lights all along the highway. If you like putting lights into things, you can find me in Watson's. That doesn't look that difficult. Ebel Highway Monster. Of course, there's always a monster. Monster's been spotted roving the Ebel Highway, and he's a big one. Monster. Croco Dark. Do this as soon as possible can.
I wish for Lady Laura and you,
her classmates, to engage in a friendly training bout against students at the archery school. When you're prepared sufficiently, please make your way to the training hall, which is down on the stairs outside the bench to the right. Oh, well, order that one first. Student must record it. Okay. Oh, so this is how your field studies go. Generally, yeah. Should we come back tomorrow to pick up our next set of tasks then? Yeah, I've got some more work I could use with your help with. We're pretty short-handed here, so we've got a real monster of a backlog building up. I'm counting on you to pave the way to easy street for me, okay? Will do. Alright, then let's waste no time getting started. Looks like one of these requests is from the training hall. Seems to be from Klaus. Got a monster termination request too? We have to head out onto the highway for that one. It'd be nice if we could cover as many of the townspeople's requests as possible too. This is so cool! Well, I think I should do a quick save-a-roo. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. We've gotten to Legroom. We just gotta start on the quest in the next episode. So, thank you everyone so much for watching this video. Lick down below, or lick above. Subscribe. See you guys one day. Peace out.